Kickoff, hours away, Kansas City. I want to just say big thanks to Joe Seafood. Joe Seafood. Oh my God, that's the perfect hybrid. It's Jimmy Seafood and Joe's in Kansas City. They did a collab that you would dream of. It's in my freezer. I've got mini crab cakes to eat when I go home. I got a Z-Man to put together hours from now. Follow me on Insta for more. I'm going to use my oven for the first time. For the first time ever. That's where I usually put magazines. And that, like Sarah Jessica Parker in Sex and the City. And I will be cooking tonight as both of these teams square off. Do you know that 7 of the last 9 Super Bowl winners won with their Week 1 bouts? Favor Chiefs. And, I mean, they also lost the Lions Week 1 last year and still won the Super Bowl. So favor Chiefs. Who takes them out? Is it the Ravens? Week 1, all the changes? The addition of Derrick Henry, maybe they'll give him the ball more than 6 times. It'll be great. The NFL season is here. I cannot wait. Hall of Famer and Ravens legend. I can't even sit still. Ed Reed is on the show. Ed Reed, I want to ask him about the bust. I'm not going to ask him about the bust. Want to know why? Because I just feel like everybody does, but I do think that in Canton, the hallowed halls, I think his eyes move. I think his eyes on that bus move when somebody walks by because that's who he is. There's no one like him in the NFL, is there? Let me know. Who's the closest comp to what Ed Reed did, destroying Peyton Manning, destroying quarterbacks left and right for a living. We're going to keep it defensive. Defense wins championships, right? So how about Dolphins safety, Javon Holland? They've got a big matchup. Hot Florida up against the Jags. Dolphins winning a playoff game for the first time in 24 years in 2024. That worked. And that's just part of the Predictapalooza going on today. I love the NFL. I love that it's back. I can't believe that it's back. It's here. The season kicks off tonight in Kansas City. Grab your Z-Man, grab your Joes. Let's do this. Let's take a look at the Slate 1 action. And, of course, kicks off tonight. Awesome one with Ravens-Chiefs. Game of the week for me, Packers-Eagles in Brasilia tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we get to see rookie Caleb Williams make his debut. A nice, beautiful early window against the Titans. Jaden, late window against Tampa. And then the monster Sunday night rematch between the Rams and Lions. Oh, my gosh, that one's going on in Detroit. But we got to start with tonight. One of the biggest matchups. Hopefully you're having some fun over at FanDuel Sportsbook. Yep. One of the biggest matchups of the entire season. Gronk got me thinking yesterday, and he talked about, what it meant, the pressure, who it means more for. Take a listen to the 4-time Super Bowl champion, Rob Gronkowski.
I think Lamar's going to have a good game. I do think he's finally going to get over that hump. And if he doesn't, it's going to be a cloud over him for the rest of the season that Lamar Jackson cannot win the big game, and they're going to carry that over into the playoffs as well. But I feel like he will win because of one reason, because of that new running back that they signed, Derrick Henry. I think he's going to bring them the promised land and get over that hump because Derrick Henry, an absolute beast, an absolute game changer, and the guy's just ready to rock and roll.
So Gronk thinks the Ravens get the win in Week 1. He did bring up a good point about the mounting pressure on Lamar if he doesn't find a way to get it done. Fair or not, Derrick Henry edition sort of, turns up the heat on Lamar. And what's your excuse now to not go and win a Super Bowl for this team yet again? Ed Reed joining the show. Can't wait to talk to him about whether or not he thinks they can do it. But it is the defense. It's how they handle Mahomes and Kelsey. And now Speedster Worthy. We saw all the hype, all the golf clapping, all the oohs and ahs from training camp and preseason. That's what's going to decide the game for me. That Ravens D that we know and love that has undergone some changes. Jadeveon Clowney, Patrick Queen, Geno Stone, poof, see ya. Those 3 key pieces on each level of last year's #1 ranked defense, gonzo. So how will some of these young pieces, the Trenton Simpsons, how are they fitting in? How are they making an impact in this huge game? All eyes. Everyone's revved up for this one down there in KC today. And beyond the personnel changes, all eyes are on a young 32-year-old Zach Orr making his debut as a defensive play caller. Hey, here's a fun one for you. Take all this pressure and all this, and it just goes to all you have to do is stop Mahomes. All you have to do is out wizard Andy Reid in this offense tonight. Why? No big deal. Good job. Good luck, Zach Orr. Huge task. And I think the Baltimore defense is what determines this game. I can't wait to hear what Ed Reed will say. What do you think? Of course, there's a lot of fun going on. You're taking a look at some of the odds here. Hamilton, I'm going to grab you here for a second as far as what you make in this game. Tough gig for Zach Orr, but what an opportunity.
huge opportunity for him, and I'm excited for him. Obviously, his career, he was a great linebacker for the Ravens. Career got cut short due to injuries, and he's been there learning under Mike Macdonald, Anthony Weaver, John Harbaugh. Can't get put in a tougher spot right out of the gates in your first game as a play caller, but love the opportunity for him that he's getting in Baltimore. And on the other side of the ball, too, for the Ravens, a lot of changes. 60% of that starting O-line from last year is gone. So a lot of excitement about Derrick Henry, but a lot of unknowns about what things are going to look like for this Ravens team, too.
I feel like let me handle the Ravens side of things. And by me, I mean Hall of Famer Ed Reed. You're the Chiefs guy. Aren't you getting a paycheck from the Chiefs in some way, form, or something? What's going on, or the Kansas City side of things? What is it going to come down to? Give me one thing that you expect to happen on the Chiefs side.
I think we're going to see them take advantage of Xavier Worthy and take some of those shots downfield. I think they've been waiting for this. There's a lot of excitement there. I think that those big plays are going to get back into this Chiefs offense. But it's also going to create more opportunities for Yak underneath. Rashee Rice will be out there. I think he's going to take advantage of those. There's a little nervousness, I think, in Kansas City about the defense, losing L'Jarius Sneed and not really making a ton of additions. But, I mean, Spags is still there. They still have Chris Jones. They still have a ton of those key pieces, Trent McDuffie. But yeah, I think we're going to see some fireworks tonight from both of these offenses for sure. I'm
super excited. I think the Chiefs win just because they're more stable. It's week one. Week one is, full of crap. Sorry, they are, week one is always sort of weird. And I just feel like, although Derrick Henry, I don't know. I just want everybody to win, don't I? We have Predictathon today. We also, if you want to go have fun, you think it's the Ravens, you think it's the Chiefs, FanDuel Sportsbook's the place to be. So much great promotion, generosity from FanDuel, the #1 sportsbook right now. We have the K and Gronk parlay. It's back tonight, baby. Will Mahomes throw 2+ touchdowns? I think so. Derrick Henry, will he rush for 50+ yards? Why not? Gronk has Kelsey. Gronk knows himself. Tight ends. Kelsey and Andrews putting up 40+ receiving yards. FanDuel has two awesome offers that I want to tell you guys about, right? It's Ravens Chiefs. It's just for tonight. No sweat bet. What does that mean? If you're new, welcome. If you make any bet on Chiefs Ravens, and the only stipulation, it's got to be -200 or longer. If that bet loses, you get a refund in bonus bets. How nice is that? Have some fun. There's also a PBT, 50%. Basically, you can make a same-game parlay, Chiefs-Ravens. You have to have at least even odds or longer, and you get a boost, 50% boost to your winnings. And that one you can't put on me and Gronk, and I don't want to see your hateful tweets about it because that's on you if you build your own. I think you guys should tail ours over at FanDuel Sportsbook. And we're excited to talk to Ed Reed. We're going to have Javon Holland on the show. Very excited about that. And outside of, I think, Ravens-Chiefs, which is tonight, and Eagles-Packers, which I think is an NFC championship preview potentially, obviously, in the AFC, it's all eyes on Texans Colts. I love this. If we take a peek into the weekend here, this is my favorite rivalry, at least of week one, at least to start the season, because there's so much bad blood. I love bad blood. They're using the words bad blood. Defoe is saying it. So if you need a reason to watch this game, by the way, you should get Sunday Ticket on YouTube because that's how you'll be able to see this. We've got some great deals with FanDuel on that. Go to FanDuel Sportsbook and check those out. A little refresher course here. Texans go into Indy, ending the season, week 18. And they pull off the win, knocking the Colts out of their season, and they take the AFC South crown. C.J. Stroud, Zaire Franklin, a little this. Not so great. And when I went to Indy for camp, it became very clear the Colts have not forgotten any of it. Out the gates, you get the Texans. Mm-hmm. How real is this rivalry? What exists there?
No, I definitely think there's some bad blood between the two teams.
It will be amped up for sure.
CJ's been talking a little bit in the offseason. Zaire's been talking a little bit in the offseason.
Get the rolling. No more coolness. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to dominate.
Someone is coming into Lucas Oil Stadium. They're trying to wipe their paws, wipe their feet, right on top of us. And we can't let that happen.
It's a division opponent. Division games are super important for us.
One of those rivalries you got to look out for.
Ready or not, you better be ready because the NFL season is upon us.
Let's go! They don't like each other. The Texans, when I was visiting with them, they also had the very similar things to say. CJ's chirping, all of that. Texans 2.5-point favorites at Indy. Anthony Richardson is going to be the biggest key here. Let's not forget, he ran in give me the highlights. He ran 2 first-quarter touchdowns during the Colts' Week 2 win. We all forget the Colts beat this Texans squad last year. Like I said, early season, a little weird. He leaves the season with an injury, and he doesn't get to play in Week 18. So it's a lot of chirping on the Texans side when you didn't have your quarterback, when you didn't have Jonathan Taylor. I've said this more than anything I've said in the Hamilton. How many times have I said this? 2 snaps together. Top 10 offense engineered by Shane Steichen. I just couldn't believe it, okay? You don't think the Colts don't have a great shot of pulling out the upset here? Of course they do.
Yeah, I think they absolutely do. And it was a shame that week 2, I went back and was looking at some of it last night, and Richardson was so freaking, of course. He was so freaking good in that game. He gets knocked out early in the second quarter, but like he got them out to such a huge lead, you know, before he got knocked out of the game. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter alone is crazy. And they were both from distance, as we saw. I can't wait to see what a full game of him looks like up against C.J. Stroud. It's going to be so good.
I can't wait. And there'll be some ups and downs. Might be an interception. He told us he's working on his accuracy. But there is something about, like, do you forget that we beat you? It's not like you swept us last year. And then we're talking all this noise. We didn't have our 2 potentially best players on offense. We've got a great O-line. We're going to run the ball. Time of possession, I don't know. I would give it to favor of the Colts.
Yeah, that run game is going to be something special. And, you know, with Jonathan Taylor back in there at full strength, because I feel like he never really was at any point last year, and he's fully healthy now. And Richardson is just such a monster to deal with on the ground. That's seeing what this run game looks like at full strength. We haven't seen it yet, so that's going to be really exciting.
But then I think about the Texans defense, which as you'll learn in the show today, I think is going to be pretty freaking great. And I'm like, ooh, this could not be great. But that's a great one to go have some fun with on FanDuel Sportsbook. My favorite game of the week in that Sunday action, where you should get tickets. You can see every out-of-market game on Sunday afternoons. We have an awesome promo with FanDuel that I should have out here. Can I get the specs of that promo? I'd love that. And then we can get that, because you can still get it now and be part of all the action as we kick off hours from now with FanDuel and YouTube Sunday Ticket. Let's do Predictathon, okay? We've been talking about this. I've been, in and out, and I'm up all night tossing and turning and stewing about what I want to say. Football is back. There's big plays, there's big hits, and we need big-time predictions. So I'm going to be giving out not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Actually, 5 predictions. So here's a quick recap of what we have so far. I said that we started easy. We dipped our feet into the Predictathon pool with Caleb Williams. All-time Bears passing yards record will be crushed, 4,000 plus, easy peasy. J.J. Watt will come back to the NFL. Week 1, week 2, no, probably late into the postseason. I might ask Ed Reed about that today. He might know a thing or two, but nobody's closed the door on it. I think it happens. Romeo Doubs leads all Packers wide receivers. They're pretending there's not a wide receiver 1. He is the wide receiver 1, is my prediction. 3 running backs with 2K rush yards. Am I living in 1960? Sure. Extra game, I think it happens, and we've got the workhorses to do it. Dolphins win first playoff game in 24 years. I think it happens. Tony Braxton, Santana, somebody sent me the Billboard 100 chart last time they won. That's going to happen, and they might go even further. Okay, but let's get into prediction number 6 for the 2024 NFL season. The number 1 ranked defense in the AFC is the Houston Texans. I love them. They're getting a lot of attention on offense. They deserve attention on offense, but the defense is so stifling, okay? Will Anderson, of course, like stud. Danielle Hunter, scariest man in the NFL. Is this not the best edge tandem in the entire league? Young secondary, they have a real chance to be special. When I was visiting them at camp, Derek Stingley, Stephon Diggs is helping Stingley. This is a top 5 corner in the National Football League. Mark my words. Lassiter, rookie Kamari Lassiter, all anybody wanted to talk about while we were at team practice. D'Amico is going to have this group on fire this year. They get better. Their whole thing is iron sharpens iron. The defense is being slept on. And this is why it's sort of like this sexy Super Bowl pick, because they're so well-rounded. They are everything. They are a complete team. And that's what I think. So best defense in the AFC. Sorry, Jets fans. Who else will be mad at me? Ravens will be mad at me. Who am I missing? Hammy. Browns will probably be a stifling defense as well, but not as good as those Texans. I don't know if I should clarify that as we go to break here. Hammy, total defense? Scoring defense? What should we make that? We'll be back, guys. Thanks for watching on MSG, on FanDuel TV. Up next, we'll go to the AFC East. Let's start with our defensive juggernauts and Dolphins safety. Javon Holland on the show. Ed Reed, Hall of Famer, joining us ahead of Ravens and Chiefs. Hamilton, should we qualify that?
We can. We
What do
could
you
say
think?
both.
When we say best
I don't know.
defense, like we should
Yeah.
make that specific.
Okay. We could do number one scoring defense.
Can I have that? Number one scoring defense. Guys, I have a deal for you. I don't know if anybody knows this. Oh, no. Can I get the YouTube deal, the Sunday ticket deal? Yes. That's what I need. The first 3 weeks out of market, I think, right? Thank you. And how long it goes, I guess. Yeah, we should qualify this.
Okay. Yeah, let's do scoring.
Scoring, not total? You think scoring?
Yeah.
Why? Because you think Browns will have the best total defense?
Maybe. But I think the combination.
I think scoring
of offense,
isn't sexy at. I don't know. Scoring defense,
No?
it's got to be total.
That's the point. Keep people from scoring points. That's more impactful. That's the whole goal of being on defense.
All right, fine. You win. Go with scoring defense. All right. I'm so excited for tonight.
I know.
So Joe's and Jimmy's did like a collab.
That's unbelievable.
I was pure joy. It was pure joy. I was a child opening this box because it was like brisket and, all the KC barbecue wonderfulness that is Joe's. I know it so well, obviously, like going to Mizzou. Joe's is the place to go when you're in KC. And then Jimmy Seafood has the best crab cake of my lifetime. So both of them teaming up together to pull that off is unbelievable.
This is the stuff where I get jealous. Is there still a giant mural of you at Jimmy Seafood, by the way?
It wasn't a giant mural. It was a illuminated light up something. I don't know because I don't know where I stand with these Ravens. That's what I'll say. I'll say it right here, right now. Maybe Ed will help me.
Oh boy.
We got to get in there. I got to get in there to those Ravens. I got to infiltrate the program.
Yeah.
This Val Kilmer thing we're going to have to get into next week. I just can't. I want to make a video, like a video. How old am I? I want to make a video. I want to make a TikTok. I want to TikTok it out. And I want to do like going around and asking all women, have you ever thought about Val Kilmer? Have you ever considered Val Kilmer? To which I'm assuming 100% will say no. And then every man will say, yeah, generational performance, best actor of all time. Okay, sounds good. All right, kickoff, couple hours. Okay, in-state battle going down on Sunday. Jags, Dolphins, hot. Miami, so Florida, pushing 90 degrees, humid as heck at kickoff. We like to talk offenses, sure. Tua, Trevor Lawrence, blah, blah, blah. How about the defense? Safety, star. Javon Holland, got to talk to him ahead of week 1. We talk season, we talk Jags. Let's do it.
Oh, I have a lot I want to talk about. I want to talk about being a 4-year starter for the Dolphins at safety. I want to talk about being an all AFC selection according to Pro Football Writers of America. And I want to talk about how you're coming off career highs in forced fumbles and tackles for loss. Javon Holland, how good is it to be you?
I didn't know any of that, but that is awesome. I mean, it feels great. It feels great to be me, like Matthew McConaughey say, just got to keep living, LIVIN. So that's what I've been doing. And I did not know any of that information, actually. Where did you find that information? Like, they don't post it on Twitter.
You don't know that you had like the best year of your career?
No idea.
What do you care? What do you care about if you don't care about that kind of stuff?
I mean, to be honest, I caught a 5-pound snakehead a couple weeks ago, and I just shot 82 on the golf course. So that's important, and that's what I care about.
I'm gonna try to pretend I know what a snakehead is. Now, you better not be talking are you talking about a real snake, or is that a kind of fish?
It's a fish, like a snakehead. Like its head is like this.
Tell me.
But it's like a snakehead. It's in Florida. They're like an invasive fish. It's almost like they have like a helmet for a head. It's like really hard. Yeah, it's weird. They look crazy.
Caught one?
Yeah, I caught one.
And then what did you do? Did you eat it?
Nah, I just threw it back in the water.
You just threw it back in the water, but that's what you're quite a golfer, huh? Who do you golf with?
Yeah, I love Ethan Bonner, Elijah Campbell, Quentin Bell, Jalen Phillips, Jordan Poyer, Kendall Fuller. There's a bunch of guys that golf on the team.
Amazing. You also are, find this really amazing. If that's something that I'm really jealous of, is that you're like a really good artist. You are a true artist. We were looking at some of your drawings or renderings, whatever you'd call them. How'd you get into that?
Man, I've been doing, art for a long time, actually. Not like seriously, just like kind of whenever. I started doing like pottery and stuff when I was a kid in high school, and drawing and sketching and whatnot. Designed most of my tattoos. So yeah.
Okay, whenever you talk, I gotta say, I just keep thinking about the 99-yard pick six against the Jets last year. It was the day, I think it was the day after Thanksgiving. It was a Friday game, right?
Yeah, Black Friday.
In my opinion, Jevon, that was one of the best plays of 2023, hands down, and one of the best defensive plays, honestly, I've ever seen. How do you even top that this year?
I honestly have no idea. Maybe like a one-handed backflip interception that happened to land, but yeah, I don't know. Honestly, that just kind of happened. I was back there, and I knew that it was like the end of the game. They're going to throw it up, and I thought he was going to get sacked because like we had a good rush that game, and he threw it up, and I was like, yes, sir. So that was my first pick of the season and everything. There was no way I was batting that down. Absolutely not. So picked it, and I've always talked about that like in practice and stuff. Even since I was like a kid, I was like, I'm returning it. Tried to do it in college against Cal. Didn't happen. Got tackled. So once I started returning it to the sideline, kind of like drop field goal, then it's just me and the quarterback, Tim Boyle, took his ankles, boom, touchdown. So yeah, it was dope.
It was amazing. I can't wait to see what you do even starting week 1 against the Jags. I want to ask you about, I was down there in Miami. It's so hot. I don't know how y'all did that in training camp, just insane. But you at safety, you go up against this insane offense. You go up against the Tyreeks and the Waddles and the Tuas and whatever. What felt different about them this year?
There is I just feel like there's a weight off of Tua's shoulders. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I feel like anytime somebody gets paid, there's a weight off their shoulders, because it's like, okay, now it's strictly about ball. I don't have to worry about getting paid or an extension or anything like that. Strictly ball. So he's just out there playing free, playing fun. You know what I mean? I feel like when you do get paid, there's also a level of security and trust that you feel from the organization that they believe in you and they want you to go out there and succeed. So he's out there, throwing dimes, talking mess, and so I think it's fun and exciting to see him in that light. Also frustrating when I'm out there against it and they're catching the ball, because I play DB, so I don't like that at all. And that just adds to the competitive nature of our team, and it helps everybody grow.
What's it like going up against Tyreek?
It's frustrating. It is. He's hella fast. Like, he's extremely fast. So is J-Dub, and it's just like all the time they're fast. Like, you have to be fast all the time on every route. In motions, they do weird stuff like back and forth, and like he'll stop and squat in the middle of the play. Like, it's frustrating, but it helps us because our whole process is sped up, especially during the game. Like, it slows down because you're going against them so all the time, and they're so fast that during the game, those guys are not as fast as them. So it's like, okay, this is in slow motion now.
I feel like the offense gets so much love and this defense is totally slept on. Do you enjoy that? Do you embrace that? Is that a good thing?
It's just a independent factor of the NFL. I mean, that's going to be consistent in football in general. No one likes the offense. No one likes the defense. Our own fans come out to watch us practice, and if the offense catches a ball, they're cheering. If the defense catches a pick, they're like, boo. And so it's like, y'all don't like defense until you realize how much you need the defense, and then they're playing well, and everybody loves defense. So
I feel like I know what this offense is. So that's what I'm trying to learn that in this interview. I don't know what this defense is going to look like. So what is this defense going to look like?
I think this defense is going to look exciting. I think it's going to be fast, physical. Everybody's going to be running around on the ball. It's going to be a lot of turnovers, just because those are the things that we emphasize. Those are the things that have been happening in practice, and those are the things that we work on all the time. So, you practice how you play, and we have been practicing to play in those manners. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think every year that I get a new defense, which is every year so far in the league, it has felt different. And I think this year so far, I've been feeling the most confident, and I'm really excited to play under Weave.
Does any of that confidence come from how much experience is in that secondary right now? That's what I think gets overlooked a little bit. When I look at it on paper, it's loaded. How does it feel?
It feels stable. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the time people like to throw these comparisons and adjectives and whatnot to describe a defense, but I think this defense feels stable. I think all of our positions are all elite, and we've all been playing at a high level. And I think that there's no tilting on either side, whether it's the front or the back end. And for me personally, having all the veterans and all the vet leadership and their experiences just helped me grow more as a player, because I can ask them specific situations that I may not have been in, that they are in, or they have been in, especially guys who like Poe, who've been in for 12 years, or Calais, who's been in the league for 17 years. Like, you know what I mean? Literally just, and then asking them about, players that they played against when I was a kid, when I was watching. Like, I asked Calais what his favorite, memory was playing. He said when he sacked Brett Favre. Bro, I was in like 6th grade when Brett Favre was playing. I might have been younger than that. I was so young when Brett Favre was playing. So it was like talking to somebody who's been in the league that long, and he's a defender, so he's been seeing these elite safeties or elite defenders for such a long time, so he knows what it looks like, and he himself has been in and at a high level for such a long time, so he knows personally what it feels like. So yeah, having people in the league for that long and having them on the team is dope.
I feel like it's interesting that you use the word stable, because you have your 4th DC in 4 years on this Dolphins team. So I don't know that that's the word that I would use. Does it say something about your confidence in Weave?
Absolutely. 100% confident in Weave. I think that's the reason why it feels so stable. I mean, he played in the league, and he knows what it feels like. And it wasn't long ago that he played in the league. So I think that part, he adds that part of being in the locker room and being one of the guys in the seats next to us, to then being the coach and feeling what it feels like to have a coach that says, I believe in you and I want you to succeed, not for my benefit, but for the benefit of what you can bring to you and your family, and how your success will help the guy next to you and his family. I think that's like seriously important. And that's the type of guy he is, man. That's the type of guy he is. And that's the type of guy that's the type of people that Mike wants in our facility, Coach McDaniel. So I think they've done a great job of bringing everybody in that has a like-mindedness.
Let's get into week 1, shall we? It's the Jags, Battle Florida, all of that. A lot of new faces in that receiver room. Not much tape on what this could look like. Gabe Davis, Brian Thomas Jr. Who are you most excited to hang out with on the field on the other side of the ball?
Me and Gabe Davis have had our battles when he's on the Bills, and so I'm excited to play Gabe again. I'm excited to play Evan, Trevor. I enjoy going against a team like that, because they got a lot of weapons and they're very well rounded, and so it's always exciting to game plan for a team like that, because you never really know what angle they're going to try to attack you with. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun game. I'm going to really enjoy myself. And I'm excited to compete. And I've got friends on the defensive side too, Andre Cisco and Tyson. And so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun game. Nice at 1:30, hot South Florida. So
I don't know how you do it. I want all the good things. It's all there as long as everybody stays healthy. I've been making predictions today. I said you guys are going to beat the playoff drought. 24 years since the playoffs. It's like beyond. It's craziness. Yeah. Am I right?
24. I have not been.
No, am I right about you beating that streak to pulp and winning?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. Definitely got to win a playoff game. Come on now. I want to win a Super Bowl. Imagine that. We win a Super Bowl, and the Heat win the finals. Then it's the Panthers, the Dolphins, and the Heat. 3 parades all in one. That would be crazy. We'd be going up. So yeah, definitely want to win the Super Bowl. That'd be sick.
That would be why I can't imagine your team's just a big party. So that would be really fun to watch. And I'd be watching that Super Bowl on my TCL big screen with the Season More campaign. They're an official TV partner of the NFL. We love that. A global leader in big screen TVs. Why are you partnered with them on the Season of More campaign?
I'm partnered with them on the Season of More campaign because last year I unlocked over $1 million of 98-inch TVs, and they're back this year on that Jets return that Tim Boyle threw me. Appreciate that. They're back this year for another one. $2.5 million worth of TVs are going to give away. Wildcard Weekend are giving away TVs. Black Friday they're doing it again. So you guys go to tcl.com and tap in for all the fun giveaways and prizes. But go right now. It's hot right now and it's available.
TCL Season of More. What is the play that I'll see? 1:30 you in Jacksonville, what is the play that you are manifesting that I know you're going to see on that TV?
Just something like that. And so when you see it, just just visualize me going oh, boom, just like that.
What is it? What is it? What?
Yeah, just know I'm like and you're gonna see me on TV go bam, just like that.
Okay, I can't wait to see and what's crack-a-lack with Javon Holland. Incredible career. And you came off a great year. You don't even know it or think about it because you're thinking about the Super Bowl. But congrats on the partnership with TCL. Congrats on maybe the Dolphins bid for a Super Bowl. I'd love to freaking see it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Never met him before. Not only did Holland have the play, like we talked about, of Thanksgiving weekend last year, he also forced 3 fumbles in one game against Denver. That is a destroyer, okay? That is a destroyer of worlds and playoff dreams. He's amazing. He missed 5 regular season games due to injury, and he was still balling when he could. An absolute game breaker. Contract year, by the way, he said he's not thinking about the money coming his way, but if he matches last year's numbers, I think we see the football gods reward him, as they do greatly. All right, we have Predict-a-thon going on, hours away from kickoff. The Chiefs 3-point favorites against the Baltimore Ravens at home in Kansas City. Here's some Predict-a-palooza, okay? My next prediction for the 2024 season. Not 1, not 2. I cannot land the landing on that. Not 1, not 2, but 3 rookie quarterbacks lead their team to the playoffs this season, okay? Why is this weird? It's only happened once in NFL history. That was back in 2012. Andrew Luck, RG3, Russell Wilson, they did it. It happens again this year, and I think it is Caleb Williams. I think it is Kevin Durant's favorite player, Jaden Daniels. And I think it's Bo Nix and those Broncos getting it done. The NFC North getting 3 playoff teams. That is right. Talented Bears roster. Hyped. Very hyped, but they're going to snag one of those spots. So I love how out in Washington, this reshaping that Adam Peters, this wizardry with the foundation up, doing it the right way. Jaden Daniels special. I think they protect him. Eckler talked to us about that this week. It's going to be electric. Their defense should be up to snuff. Payne was looking forward to that. So really excited. Broncos might surprise you. For me to say, second biggest long shot in the league to get in at plus 540. I will remind you, the Texans were the second biggest long shot last year, and we know how that went, right? So when you find your quarterback, it changes things pretty quickly. Bo's the dude to take them to where they need to go, not so rookie quarterback. Okay, so that's what I think. 3 rookie quarterbacks lead them to the playoffs. We have a Hall of Famer. He's like, enough about these stupid quarterbacks that I ate for breakfast for so many years. That's right. We have a Hall of Famer. We had Javon Holland. Now we have the coolest player in NFL history. Ed Reed on the show. I just can't. I can't even. Legend, Ed Reed. Love it. I expect nothing less. The best.
That was unbelievable.
Go. What do you even say? What do you even say?
The best intro of all time.
Yeah, can we pull up the, is it possible, or somebody back, Derek, can you pull up the week 1 slate for me? Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. Yeah, no, just can we look at the slate? Okay, so we have this is what it is, Hammy. So like Titans at Bears, we love that because we love a Caleb Williams rookie debut. Steelers with Patrick Queen not wearing a Ravens uniform, that's crazy. They got Falcons. I want to see obviously what Raw has got going. Okay, I don't know, -3.5. These are games that you guys can see on Sunday Ticket. And we've got a bit of a promo here. If you opt in, right? If you opt into Sunday Ticket, FanDuel Sportsbook, and you place a bet, that means a real money wager, just $5. You put that down 5 on any sport, on anything, then you get sort of a promo link and you get access to all out-of-market games for how many weeks? I don't even know. It doesn't say on here. Basically, you get to watch Sunday afternoon regular season NFL games not carried on your local broadcast for 3 weeks. It's a free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV, which we love to see. So yeah, bet $5, get a free trial for 3 weeks of Sunday Ticket. Pretty nice. Hammy, which game did we not talk about that you're annoyed that I didn't talk about?
I mean, I'm trying to think about what my multi-view is going to be on Sunday Ticket for that 1 o'clock window now.
Let's see it. Let's see the slate if we could again. Pick it. Colts, Texans for sure.
Colts, Texans, no doubt.
Caleb.
I gotta have Caleb on there. You know, I have to put Jags Dolphins has to be on there for multiple reasons. That'll be the local market, Richard, that Vikings Giants game. Let me say, Cardinals Bills is interesting.
Why?
Too. Marvin Harrison's debut, a lot of new stuff going on for Buffalo. Kyler fully healthy off a full offseason. I think that one's going to be more interesting than maybe people think.
All right.
So those are my 4. That's my multi-view.
Love that. Place a bet, guys. Get it going. It all kicks off tonight in just a couple hours in Kansas City. I can't believe we get to talk to Ed Reed right now.
It's going to be amazing.
He's the greatest. Last time I talked to him, I was on Good Morning Football, and he was putting caramel in his coffee. Do you remember this?
Oh, I do. I can never forget that.
And it was as if everyone puts caramel in their coffee. It's like when everybody wakes up and eats breakfast. Everyone puts loads of caramel in their coffee. And then I was like, that probably tastes delicious.
Yeah. It has to.
As do cigars. So here we go.
Best safety in the NFL, man, right here. It is intercepted by Ed Reed.
Ed Reed is one of the great safeties in the game.
Fires over the middle. It is tipped and intercepted. Ed Reed. Ed Reed coming up with the big play. This guy is a complete football player.
I could run through a wall. There is no one like him. NFL Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, 9-time Pro Bowler. You have 8 All-Pros, one of the greatest safeties in NFL history. Hello, the coolest guy ever. Ed Reed, how are you?
I'm good. I won't correct you, but you're going to have to go back and do your research.
Tell me. let me have
9.
it. 9 All-Pros?
I'm on.
9 Pro Bowls. We have 8 All-Pros. Wow.
Oh, you said Pro.
Yeah, 9 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pros. What if we just say a perfect player? The greatest safety in NFL history. How are you? How are you feeling? I'm good.
I'm good. I'm really good. I can't complain.
Okay, you're smoking a cigar. Where are you right now? What's going on? What's your life like? What's it like to be Ed Reed?
In Ed's country, as I like to call it. This is my own country. Everything changes once you come through my gates. I'm at my house, chilling with my dog, with B More, outside smoking a cigar, somewhere on Earth.
Ed, how many cigars? Do you smoke a cigar every day?
Lately I haven't been. I had cut back, took a little break because I sell cigars. It's actually my logo and stuff right there. But I took a little break. I sell cigars, sell trees and stuff. So, I had to do things a little different. Started some business ventures, so things are different for me.
I'm happy for you. You really are the coolest person ever. When I look at you, I see you're the perfect person to talk to. Hours away, Ravens, Chiefs in Kansas City. I look at you and I think, and I see the Ravens logo. And I also, the second I look at you, I think Andy Reid. It's just the first thing I think of because let's go back to 2008. Tell me what that smile's all about. You, Andy's Eagles, pick him off twice. Talk to me about this 108-yarder.
Oh wow! He threw it late. He threw it real late. They actually, had to step on me for a second. I think I had enough burst to catch it regardless. But yeah, he threw it late. They took McNabb out. They drove down the field. Cobb threw it, and yeah, he could have pushed me out of bounds right about here. But you see that move is like that's an old school backyard move right there. And Haruki Nakamura wanted me to pitch the ball, but yeah, that was just that was a great moment in time for me. Some of the best times playing football, honestly, training and everything. Life was good, obviously. First year Harbaugh came there. And going against Andy Reid, his kind of his mentor, so to say, and here we are again years later, so it's awesome to see that. Records are meant to be broken. I see it a good bit. I obviously love to see those things, man. That's all we get is the memories and the moments, while we're here. That's why we have the now. Yeah. Right now we have the now. is all that matters.
That's the one. That's the one that I think when I see you. That's the one that I think of the most. That one. I mean, I don't know if you thanked Kevin Cobb in your Hall of Fame speech. You probably deserved a little nut.
Thank him. No, I took that.
My favorite part. My favorite part. And it's, by the way, it's so fitting. Your hat says ball hawk. Like, you led the league in interceptions 3 different times. Like, take a nice celebratory puff on that cigar for that. You blow past Brian. You blow past Brian Westbrook, which I love in that highlight. It's like my favorite thing. As we sort of look ahead to tonight, right? Because that was John Harbaugh's, obviously, like, his first game against Andy Reid. You guys crushed them in that game way long ago, 36-7. We like our history. When you think about this matchup tonight and how much has changed, where does Ed Reed's head go and what it comes down to?
I mean, it's football back. It don't make or break you, but it lets you know where you at. You're building to get into the dance. That's all you want to do is get into the dance. And everything happens from there. But you gotta build towards it. You gotta stay healthy. And it's gonna be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a championship atmosphere. So it actually almost puts you into a Super Bowl in Kansas City, I believe. A AFC championship type of game. That atmosphere is definitely what it's going to be. It's the start of football, so it's going to be electrifying. But, with that in mind, you got to treat it as such. I would treat it like that big game, that Super Bowl, which every one of them was to me like that. I treated everyone like a big game. Regardless of who I was playing, regardless of who was quarterbacking, it's a go. So, hopefully they have that mentality and ready to get out there and go for it.
You have the best safety mind in NFL history. I'd like to get your insight and ask you what seems like an easy question. If you're out there, how do you go about defending Mahomes, Kelsey, the whole lot?
Oh, we're going to put our hands on them. We're gonna make sure we physical with them from the start of the snap. Kelsey would always have somebody hitting him. We would have somebody getting into Mahomes' face as much as we can, while at the same time exploiting his weaknesses and not letting him get the ball to the people that he like to get the ball to. There's no reason, there's no way Kelsey's gonna have the catches he have and everybody else too. Something got to give.
Yeah.
You got to take away something. You can't take away everything. They're going to get theirs. They're a great team, but you got to punch back. So it's got to be everybody hitting on all cylinders. Offense, defense, special teams is not just going to be defense,
What are Mahomes' weaknesses?
What are Mahomes' weaknesses? Oh, shoot. I would have to study him.
I don't hear people say weaknesses. You've said go after his weaknesses. What are they?
His weaknesses is his targets that he like to go to. From my perspective, it's not hard to figure that out. You like to throw the ball to certain people, so that's one of them for me. I would exploit that. I must stay around that guy. I'm that guy. He's that guy. If you want to throw to him, you got to throw to me. You got to throw around me too. So, and that's situational. You got to understand the situations when you playing these games, schematically and all that too, to put yourself in position when he's looking for that guy, so to say.
Ed, do you talk to Lamar? Are you around this Ravens team?
No.
Kyle Hamilton?
Like I said, I'm in my country. When I see him, I see these guys during the off season because, obviously I'm around football and football things. So we see each other a lot out. And when we do, we stop and talk to each other as much as we can. No, I don't know these guys personally like that, though. I'm not in their lives like that. I'm not on the phone with them, mentoring them or anything like that. If they needed me, though, they know how to find me. I'm not very hard. I speak to the Ravens rookies every other so often, every other couple years.
Wow.
I talk to the rookies when they come in. Jamil McClain works over there, and my brother, who played on the Super Bowl team with myself, as the organization have a lot of Ravens over there, even Zach, the DC now, Mike just left there, to go to Seattle, so it's a football factory that I love that Coach Harbaugh is invested in, into the culture and tradition that we talked about, that we had there from when Ray and Jonathan Ogden, started that thing back in '96 with Art Modell, and Steve still keeping it going. We have tradition. We have something special there in Baltimore.
Let's talk about Lamar a little bit. I think he got a lot of criticism. He really wants this one. You're saying treat it like a big game like you always did. Treat it like it's you're building towards winning a Super Bowl. He got a lot of flack for the AFC Championship performance. What do you need to see from him in this game tonight?
I mean, this is not an individual game, for one. It's not all on Lamar's back. You have people who are putting schemes together and calling plays, too. From an individual standpoint, I think Lamar holds his own. You can't make certain mistakes, obviously, but it all plays together again. It all goes together, offense, defense, special teams, coaches, environment, all that alone, because I remember the game. I was there. I know we ran the ball 6 times, and I know we got Derrick Henry, and I know that'll come up. So it don't matter who we have in the backfield. If we run the ball 6 times, we're not going to win. You're not going to win no game running the ball 6 times unless you have Joe Ma or Tom Brady, somebody, Peyton Manning, maybe a couple other guys after that. Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick.
I love that
Joe
you're saying
Flacco.
this. Look, Ed, everyone's you're in Ed country. Everybody not in Ed country is saying it's about Lamar. It is all being put on Lamar. You're putting it on Monken.
No. I'm not putting it on anybody. I'm putting it on the whole. Okay. I'm not putting it on one individual. I'm sorry, I got a call.
No problem.
Sorry.
Now, don't say sorry to me, Ed. You're good. I want to know who's going to win the game. Who's winning tonight? What's it going to look like?
But yeah, I'm not putting it on one individual at all. I'm not putting it on one individual because it's a team sport. Again, football is the ultimate team sport. Yeah, individuals make mistakes, but football is still the team's ultimately a team sport.
Who's winning?
And what was the question?
I would like to know how this game is going to go tonight. Who's winning?
Be more. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. What you mean, who winning? Be more winning.
Be more.
You got yourself stuck.
Oh no! What happened?
You got yourself stuck.
You keep bringing it up. You keep bringing. Is your dog named Be More?
Yeah, it was Baltimore, but Be More for short because dog 2 syllables.
Okay, well, hopefully Baltimore Ravens don't get stuck like your puppy Be More.
I know, right?
Ed, you don't have a puppy named Peyton Manning over there anywhere?
No, Peyton, my dog, though, from Louisiana. Boot Boys. See what happens. Be More just needs somebody.
Oh, look at beautiful trees, beautiful crisp wind out there in Ed country.
Give him a little help, and he's right back.
So you're the Derrick Henry. You're the Derrick Henry to help Be More.
There it goes. Look, don't he look like a little Derrick Henry? Look at him.
No, I'm not saying that. That's you saying that.
Look at that. Run
oh my
the
gosh,
ball.
that's such a cute.
Keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground.
Oh my God.
Be More. Tell him keep it on the ground, boy. Say keep it on the ground.
Why haven't you been on Manning Cast? No
Why
invite.
haven't I been on Manning Cast?
No invite from Peyton?
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
Okay.
Peyton and I talked about it. We're going to do that this year. We're bringing that live for you this year.
I got to ask you, you've never played Aaron Rodgers. I'm so upset about that. You were injured. How, he's 40, coming off an Achilles. He's got to San Francisco on Monday night. How upsetting is it that you've never faced him? God
is so good. I talk about that all the time, that I never got to play in Lambeau, and I felt like it was like yesterday that I may have mentioned it, but I was hurt that game. I had surgery that year after.
Wow.
I didn't get to play. I tried my best to play in that stadium because of the history that Lambeau has. You know, I'm a football historian. Don't know everybody, but I know everybody. I know I've seen it. But yeah, I was hurt. I didn't get to play against Aaron Rodgers, and I think that might be the game, one of those other games to watch. You know, see what those Jets are going to do.
What do you think? Give me
I don't know.
a quick
I
prediction.
think it's going to be a good game.
Who's winning?
I gotta see what Sauce and that defense gonna do. You know, I'm a football fan, so I'm just watching. Like, I get away from football. Like, I'm truly am in my own country. And I've been like this when I was a player. Coach Harbaugh can tell you a story. He called me in one off season because we drafted, just after the draft. He's like, "What you think about Jimmy Smith?" I'm like, "Jimmy Smith?" I said, "You signed Jimmy Smith from the Jaguars? What are you doing?" He was like, "No, we drafted Jimmy Smith, Colorado." I'm like, "Oh, all right, coach, I got to check him out." He's like, "What do you live in the hole somewhere?" I was like, "Yeah, man. I get away from football. Like, when football was over with, you know, I separated my life. It was always something different to me because I knew what I was coming into in season. And spring was right around the corner, you know. So, you know, I didn't watch all this stuff here. Like, I didn't get to do this and watch this until, you know, it was in season and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't care to watch this stuff out of season, you know.
I get it.
Man, I just feel so bad right now, man. I got so much bad news of hip-hop, you know, of my 90s hip-hop. But, yeah, it's just so bad.
Okay, we're going to take a break on the TV side, but I want to get some predictions for the season. We're here with legend, Hall of Famer Ed Reed, smoking a cigar, as one does when you're an absolute legend. But I got to get to some predictions. We're going to play a little game here, and I'll have more predictions on the end, at the other end of this commercial break. But it's a game that we're calling "What's Ed's Read?" What is your read on a certain situation? And I want to get some predictions out of you. What is your read on who will be the scariest player in the NFL in 2024? For so many years, it was you.
Oh, who would be the scariest player? I can't say Sauce because he had Connor. And they playing my young bull, young Kane at linebacker in Tennessee. I want to see what he does.
Okay.
James Williams.
Okay, I think it's Danielle Hunter.
I think that's, and I mean, he's a young rookie coming up. That's a great question. You might have me right there. You might have the person. I think you might have the person who's gonna do something.
Danielle Hunter?
You have to get back to me.
He's scary. He's a Texan now. He's got DeMeco Ryans. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, and the Texans are scary.
Is there a defense? What is Ed's read on the defense that we are sleeping on going into the season? Not the Jets, not the Browns. Who do you like?
The Raiders.
Okay.
I want to see what the Raiders defense do. Antonio Pierce is a defensive guy, so I know he's not going to slack there. I don't think he would let them slack anyway. It'll be interesting to see that defense slacks, you know. So I want to see what the Raider does. He's in there now. So
what's Ed's read on the team that has the best chance to upset the Chiefs three-peat?
They play them tonight.
The Ravens? I don't know. Tell me.
They ain't skicky. Yeah, they play them tonight. The AFC itself is going to be tough. Like, I think the AFC going to beat themselves up a good bit getting to the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think the two teams to get to fight it out will be tonight. They got a sleeper third team out of the AFC.
Bengals?
Jeez, who you know in Ohio? Besides, let me stop, man. They gonna cause some damage because they're the AFC North. They gonna cause damage. They always do.
Last
we
one
knock each other off a good bit there.
Yeah.
But no, not the Bengals. The Texans is gonna be causing havoc.
You think?
Yeah, I believe that. I always search for. I mean, you know, I got little tides there.
Of course.
So I'm happy that D'Amico is over there doing the things he's doing, and I like what Stroud is doing too. You know, I mean, we got some historic stuff going on. Like, it's crazy. The times we live in are really beautiful, you know. Just got to continue to grow on it.
Last one for you, and thank you so much for the time this morning. We have a lot going on. Last one for you. The Ravens win the Super Bowl if... Finish the sentence.
The Ravens win the Super Bowl if we play balanced football. If we play the football that we know to play in that building, regardless of what goes on outside of those gates at Winning Drive. If we play our type of football, you know, and put pride to the side, everybody to a man, yeah, we can win the Super Bowl, I think.
And it starts tonight.
I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in the locker room to see the players.
You can't hedge it. They win
and
if
it's
they...
any team.
Okay.
But it's any team. Like, this is any team. Like, you're asking me just my opinion. Like, just to the fans and to the football world. Like, we just give our opinion. We're not in the locker room, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know.
You're the best. If they're balanced, they'll get it done. I'd like to see it. Ball hawk, legend, Ed Reed, thank you.
We going to New Orleans, baby. We coming to New Orleans, you heard? Baltimore is back in New Orleans this year. You heard it again from me first before it gets started tonight.
That's where you got your win. It was my first Super Bowl I ever went to and covered. It was very special. Of course, it is to you as well. Ed, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And enjoy watching tonight. Hopefully Jimmy Seafood sent you some food as well to enjoy the game. We are just a couple of hours. We are just a couple hours away from kickoff, which we are so excited about. We have Kevin Durant joining the show tomorrow. Am I going to his house today, potentially? Am I going to go hang out with him? And is he going to fix my jumper? I don't know what's going to happen, but Kevin Durant, kind enough to join the Up and Adam show again, which we love. We'll have more predictions. I think season-long predictions are going to spill into tomorrow's show, if you will. Enjoy the game tonight. Tail, Gronk, and Ice Parlay.